Wisdom begins with recognizing the limits of human understanding. The more you seek to know, the more you realize how vast the unknown is. Embrace the uncertainty of life, for clarity emerges from the pursuit of deeper inquiry. Individuality is the foundation of freedom. Only when you liberate yourself from societal constraints and predetermined roles can you discover the true essence of selfhood and pursue your own unique path. Courage lies not in never fearing, but in acting despite fear. It's in facing the unknown that your character is truly shaped, transforming weakness into strength through bold action. Truth is not something you simply receive. It's something you must seek, challenge, and refine through personal experience and critical reflection. The journey to truth is never static. Life is a constant balancing act between reason and passion. To live well is to master the art of controlling your desires without extinguishing them, keeping intellect and emotion in harmonious flow. Power, untempered by moral restraint, leads to tyranny. True power is self-mastery, the ability to control one's impulses and desires rather than imposing them on others. The search for meaning often ends where the acceptance of life's contradictions begins. To demand constant clarity is to miss the beauty in life's inherent complexity. Freedom requires discipline. Without the internal structure of habits and commitments, the soul drifts aimlessly, enslaved by fleeting desires and momentary pleasures. Every conflict, no matter how external it seems, originates within. The tensions you encounter in the world mirror the unresolved battles in your own mind. Conquer yourself first. The will to question is the will to live. Only through relentless inquiry do you sharpen your intellect and deepen your understanding of the world and yourself. The pursuit of happiness should never be your ultimate goal, for it is fleeting. Instead, strive for purpose and meaning, for only these give happiness a sturdy foundation. The mind is the battlefield where freedom is won or lost. Train your thoughts to serve your higher ideals, for your thinking ultimately shapes your reality and existence. True wisdom is knowing how to harmonize with the forces of nature and history. No single individual can defy the currents of time, but one can learn to navigate them wisely. Strength comes from the endurance of suffering. Only those who have experienced hardship and emerged resilient understand the profound depths of human willpower. To philosophize is to prepare for death, for it teaches detachment from the transient and alignment with the eternal. By contemplating mortality, you find what truly matters in life. Your greatest battles are fought in solitude. In moments of isolation, free from external distractions, you come face to face with your deepest fears and desires. The soul's journey is one of constant transformation. Like the river that never flows the same way twice, you are always becoming, never static, constantly evolving through experience. True knowledge is never given, only earned through rigorous questioning and personal insight. It is the product of a lifelong commitment to uncovering deeper truths. Peace is found not in avoiding conflict, but in mastering the art of dialogue. Only through open, honest exchange can we transcend the boundaries of misunderstanding. The more you cling to possessions, the less freedom you have. Simplicity is the key to an unburdened life, and by releasing attachment, you open yourself to greater clarity and purpose. Honor lies in aligning your actions with your inner values, even when external forces push you otherwise. Integrity is the greatest strength one can cultivate. You can never fully escape the constraints of society, but you can transcend them internally. By cultivating a strong, independent mind, you gain the power to rise above external influence. The more you resist change, the more you suffer. Life is in perpetual flux, and wisdom lies in learning to adapt to its rhythms rather than futilely fighting against them. Contentment comes from mastering the art of desire. It's not the absence of wants, but the ability to control them, to pursue only what is truly worth having. True freedom is not the absence of rules, but the understanding of which rules are worth following. It's about discerning when to obey and when to challenge authority. The more you seek validation from others, the less secure you are in yourself. True strength comes from self-affirmation and the courage to live authentically, regardless of external approval. The self is a reflection of the universe, and by studying yourself, you gain insight into the world around you. Self-awareness is the first step toward universal understanding. Suffering is inevitable, but it need not define you. By transforming pain into wisdom, you gain the ability to rise above adversity and turn your struggles into sources of strength. The more you seek to control life, the more it eludes you. True mastery comes from letting go and flowing with the natural order of things, accepting what you cannot change. Ego is the root of much human misery. The more you cling to a false sense of self-importance, the more disconnected you become from the true essence of life. To live authentically is to embrace contradiction. Human nature is full of opposing forces, and the wise learn to navigate the tension between them without losing their integrity. True courage is the willingness to stand alone in the face of opposition. It's not about following the crowd, but about remaining steadfast to your principles, even in isolation. Justice is not merely an external force, but an internal commitment to fairness and equity. True justice begins with holding yourself accountable to the highest moral standards. Time is the ultimate teacher. The more you reflect on your past, the clearer the lessons become, and the more equipped you are to navigate the future with wisdom. The pursuit of power, wealth, or fame will never satisfy the soul. Only in the search for truth and self-understanding do you find lasting fulfillment and peace. Life's value isn't measured by length, but by depth. A single moment of profound insight or genuine connection can outweigh years of superficial living. Focus on quality over quantity in your experiences. The more you try to escape suffering, the more it pursues you. True freedom comes not from avoidance, but from facing discomfort head-on, transforming pain into a source of strength and wisdom. The more you rely on external sources of happiness, the more fragile your contentment becomes. True joy is found within, in the cultivation of inner peace and the clarity of your own mind. Solitude is not isolation, but an opportunity for profound reflection. In the silence of being alone, you can hear the deepest truths of your soul, which are often drowned out by the noise of the world. To seek perfection is to invite frustration. Life is inherently imperfect, and wisdom lies in embracing flaws, both in yourself and others, as part of the human experience. The more you don't have sex, the less you're governed by physical desire. Mastery over your passions leads to greater clarity of thought, allowing you to focus on higher pursuits of the mind and soul. Your actions speak louder than any philosophy you claim to follow. True wisdom is demonstrated in how you live daily, not in abstract theories, but in practical deeds aligned with your values. The fear of death limits your ability to truly live. Once you accept the inevitability of your end, you free yourself to embrace life with full intensity, savoring each fleeting moment. Self-deception is the greatest obstacle to personal growth. Only through brutal honesty with yourself can you uncover the areas where improvement is needed and begin the journey to true self-mastery. The more you understand the past, the more power you have to shape the future. History provides the lessons and insights necessary to avoid repeating old mistakes and to forge new paths forward. The pursuit of endless pleasure weakens the spirit. True fulfillment is found in moderation, in knowing when to indulge and when to abstain, balancing enjoyment with discipline. The more you try to control others, the less control you have over yourself. Power over others is an illusion. True power lies in mastering your own mind and emotions, remaining calm amidst chaos. Wisdom is not the accumulation of knowledge, but the ability to apply it. What good is insight if it's not lived? The wise act in accordance with their understanding, not just think about it. The mind is both your greatest ally and your worst enemy. Left undisciplined, it will lead you astray with desires and fears. But when trained, it becomes the tool through which you shape your destiny. To live in harmony with nature is to understand that you are not separate from the world around you. The rhythms of the earth and the cosmos influence your life. The wise learn to flow with them, not fight them. Life is a series of choices, each one shaping the path ahead. The more conscious you are of your decisions, the more control you have over your fate. In the smallest act lies the seed of great consequences.